Hi, welcome to Monday Challenge number 8. My name is Johanna Salama, and today's challenge is you create your truth. And with that, we would talk about what kind of beliefs, values, thoughts and perspectives that you have about things that you've been giving from the beginning, from your childhood, that you've been carrying with you your whole life. But first, I want to recognize Monday Challenge number 7, and that was to look at obstacles in your life and how they can be a tool for your personal growth. So I hope you've been able to do that and that it went well and that you changed perspective from the experiences you're having that are difficult and challenging, and that you see them as a growth instead. And then also, stepping outside the comfort zone. What did you do? And please drop me a line and write and comment what you've been doing, what you're doing when you're practicing the Monday challenges, and I'm happy to answer you or support you in that. But for today's Monday challenge, it is to create your truth. And with that, I was talking about the truth and beliefs and the values that we have. And we have some autopilot truth that aren't actually any truth, but it's been a part of my life. It's what the culture that I'm in been telling me, the religion, if I have a religion, the surrounding teachers, parents, like everyone around us make an impact. And we are all a part of some type of community which has norms, and those norms become our guidelines through life. And they're important. We have them for a reason, because so that everybody knows how they should behave to fit into this group, and we work and live and survive together. But the norms in this also minimize things. It makes us smaller than we are sometimes, and they also norms and beliefs and values, they can also be very limiting. They tell you that it's not okay to step outside those boundaries of norms and values. So, and very often we are not even aware of the norms or the values we're having until somebody's breaking them, which means like stepping over the invisible boundary of how you should behave or think or say or do. And in Sweden, I'm from Sweden, and in Sweden we have a norm that, and it's a saying that don't think you are anything. And how crazy isn't that a whole society has this norm? It's been internalized for so long through generations that you should not believe that you're anything special. And hey, I'm for the opposite. Every single person should believe that he or she is special, because we all are. And it's so important that we realize that we are special, because when we do, we also dare to step outside the norms and the barriers and the boxes, and we also dare to question things and think, not just follow authorities or a religion or a culture, or because then we don't develop. And I believe we're here to develop, like the whole earth to develop, us as society and us as human beings. And we don't, if we don't ever stop and reflect on how we are acting and thinking and where those values and beliefs are coming from. Do they fit me today? Or are they actually old from generations to generations? Is that not part of my belief system, but I'm still following it because that's what I've been taught? So please have a look at, but this demands that you can actually be a little bit critical or being able to be an objective observer of yourself, which is quite difficult because we're subjective because we are who we are and we're so used to that. So sometimes it's difficult to separate what is actually me, the essence of me, and what has been put on top of me that I've internalized and think that this is what I believe. And I mean, media and everything tells us what to think about different situations. And maybe you brought up with the perspective of that some people are not as valuable as other people, or that some people, like race is an enemy, and some people are more superior than others. If you have those beliefs, look at where do they come from, and are they really the truth? And is that how you want to look at humankind? Or if we take the subject money, how do you look at money? What have you been taught around money? Have you been taught that you need to work really hard to get money? Or it's not good to have an abundance of money or lots of money because that can be taken away from you, or you can be used, or that you think you are somebody and better than others if you have a lot of money. So what kind of perspectives do you have around different things that you've actually been taught and you haven't really looked at? So now you can do that. Review this truth that you have and in your life, and just see, like watch, like when you fresh eyes, are they the best ones for you to have here and now in your life? And do they benefit you or don't they? Because you should only carry with you values and beliefs that benefit you, that makes you grow, that makes you a larger person with a big warm heart. And everything else that tells you less, it's time to throw it away because it's not valuable. It does not do any good. So remember that you are free to create your truth and exactly what you desire every single day. We can review our truth every single day. I have one example that I want to give you. I was living in Asia and I was working with street children, and I was there for a half year on the street with these kids, and everybody was telling me, oh, don't trust those kids because they have no money and they will beg money from you and they will rip you off, or they will steal from you when they have a chance. And in 6 months, they didn't ask me once for a penny, not once. And they were running around barefoot on the really, really hot street. And they were hungry, but they never asked me for anything. The only thing they asked me for was love, to come and sit in my lab and for me to sing for them. And I even let them carry around my handbag. I remember it. I was having my flight tickets back to Sweden, and I was having my money there and my passports. And they very often used to borrow my things, my camera, my hat, and they were running around with that. And today they were doing that with my purse. And I let them, because my belief was that, and my truth was that we have a connection. If I put trust and faith in them, they feel that and they feel respected, and they will give that back to me. And yeah, nothing happened, and not once. And even it came out a pimp from a jail, and he came to the street kids, and that they had to work for him. And when he saw his chance that the street children, they were with me and another friend, he was there to push them to steal money, to beg money from us. And they were so afraid of him that with that, they didn't. I just think it's a gorgeous, beautiful story, because it truly, it shows us that what we send out is also what we get back. So the truth I'm telling myself, that's also very often the truth and reality that will reflect back on me. Another very interesting example was from when I was in Vietnam, and I was talking to this guy there who had been in war. And he told me that he was taken away from his parents, and he was a child soldier, and they taught him So let's see, no, this was Cambodia, sorry. So this was in Cambodia, and he was taught that the Vietnamese, that they were monsters and they were evil, and that as soon as he saw a Vietnamese person, he was going to shoot them and kill them. So for him, being a child, he pictured them like literally monster, looking like monsters, and they were evil and he was going to kill them. And then when he went into war and he met the Vietnamese people there, and they looked exactly like him. And he was like, they're no monsters, they're like me. So that's the truth that's been created. And we see the same story being told all over and all the time in media about some people are evil, so some people are not as worthy and some people are. And we're all just human beings. Anyway, so there's a lot of different things to reflect on, but now let's start with you and your reflections on what kind of beliefs and values you have. Look at, do you belong to any religion? Do all those values and beliefs, do they fit with your perspective of life today? Same what your parents been telling you, and because they lived in a different time and they were taught something. And that's why they are behaving and doing what they are doing, because that's what they were taught and maybe needed to have those beliefs during that time. And now it's different. But if you keep on repeating that, even though it's not necessary anymore, then it's not convenient for you. So this whole challenge is about making the best belief system and values and all that will set you free to be the person that you want to be and have the life that you want to live, with no regulations from what you've been taught, but also to be a bigger person with a bigger heart. So I wish you good luck with this Monday challenge, and I will look forward to see you next Monday.